Hello, everyone. I had a surprise for you this week, but it will have to be postponed, even though, as always, it works in our best interest because it gives me the opportunity to start creating content, short bits that introduce that spiritual element with the human element. So the plan is to integrate videos that I've noticed people do enjoy, so bite sized information, and then talks, whether regular or monthly, depends on the people and their interest. So if the person who I'm doing the first one with is interested in doing more, then that might become something regular, not every day, obviously, but something regular because we get to have a conversation between colleagues who also are experiencing specific things and can relate to you, the spiritual elements that we will be discussing alongside the human elements. So each with their own story and each with their own examples, and then you guys can connect with me or the other professionals who will be involved in this. And in general, it's just going to be an open platform to allow a specific transformation to take place, because the spirituality community, and when anybody hears that, so either they're in that community or they are not, the middle ground is what we're looking to do, meaning me with the inspiring human potential content and anybody who will be interested in joining. So to allow everyone to know, hey, guess what, when it comes to tarot or empaths, those clairs, so clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, when it comes to ascension, 5D, 3D, 4D, these are all terms that are actually connected to being a human being, to both our physiognomy. We have mirror neurons in our brain. Those are the seat of empathy. Recently, one of the websites that I follow, I think it's a metaphysics one or meta astrology. They found that scientists have found that we have a specific crystal in our brain and in the pineal gland. So I have to verify the source, but they said scientists have found. So as soon as I verify, obviously I will update listeners and everybody that usually will tune in. But this is where it's not surprising. The magnetite, the crystal, is in the earth. So this is, animals have it too. And this is how it's like a GPS. So animals pick up what's going to happen to the earth thanks to this, and the same way with us. What I'm trying to say is, when we break down on a cellular level the human being, you find that there are a lot of things that are discussed and are looked at in the spirituality community as something unique to a belief system. It's not about belief. It's about our human evolution, our human makeup, and that's exactly it. The evolution of our species is physiological as well as consciousness. And so that aspect is what we'll also dive into. Obviously, this is where it is the person who is open to these types of conversations that will be tuning in. And if not, that it's not. At the end of the day, this is a way to create a wider community. It is a way to create that 5D, which is essentially what we are in and navigating towards, and that is not based on the 4D or the 3D. So the 3D is material and fear, 4D is conspiracy and fear. And in fact, it talks about, for the 3D, it's ego mind, for the 4D, it's ego spiritual. We'll get into these topics again, bite-sized pieces. I'm still creating the outline structure. That way I can actually, maybe it'll be something like introducing definitions and introducing like 1, 2, 3s, the same type of thing that I do with the podcast episodes. And then besides that, we'll have our regular or new, or every now and then, individuals, colleagues, and others who would like to contribute to this effort to bring our worlds together, the human and spiritual worlds, essentially. And I don't say scientific because the scientific community is that foundation that we will be using to connect the dots, obviously in a very, what's the word, not academic way, let's put it that way. The academics, they do their thing. The experts in those arenas do their thing. They'll come up with theories and or conclusions when they have the data, the way that that type of research is structured. So we are here to have conversations, explore topics. We're not setting down any laws or truths or not truths. We are having conversations about different subject matters that exist in our world that people experience every day and that also academics write about. But again, we are doing it in a very natural, human way with each other, not within the academia. They have their role, we have our role. So tune in and subscribe. That way you can stay posted and up to date. And I look forward to seeing you again.